get your popcorn ready as we talk about ball. Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, and it's on. Get your popcorn ready as we talk about ball. Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, and it's on. And it's on. And it's on.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. And guess what, Cowboys Nation? You've just tuned in to the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, the place to find my raw and uncut in podcast form. I continue to do mock draft after mock draft, and Ashton Jeanty, he keeps falling to either the Raiders or the 49ers. I actually went to a San Francisco 49ers content creators live just to see who they were thinking about picking with their first round pick. Oddly enough, I didn't see too much about Ashton Jeanty. They mentioned him every now and then, but they were more interested in an offensive or defensive line. With the New Orleans Saints and Derek Carr's shoulder injury, they could be in the market for a first-round quarterback. The only team I would be considering with drafting Ashton Jeanty is the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going to have to do some more intel to see what their fans are talking about when it comes to that running back position. I know they got Geno Smith right now, and the quarterback position seems a little set, but you can always use the Shedeur Sanders going to the Las Vegas Raiders to hopefully get Ashton Jeanty to fall down to the Dallas Cowboys. But speaking of intel, I also popped in a content creator's overall mock draft. They were going through the picks for every single team. When they got to the Dallas Cowboys, they were talking about needing wide receivers, but the conversation went over to tanking for Archie Manning, and it got me thinking, Cowboys Nation. A lot of people and content creators as well have been talking about Archie Manning coming to the Dallas Cowboys to take Dak Prescott's place. Hey, I don't mind it. Being a senior in 2028, I have no problem with him coming to the Dallas Cowboys during that time to potentially take Dak Prescott's spot. And also, I can kind of see the allure when it comes to taking a player with a built-in legacy the way Archie Manning has. His grandfather, Archie, he was caught telling people that he wanted his grandson to come to the Dallas Cowboys when it was time for him to be drafted. That would be great for the Dallas Cowboys brand, their marketing, and promotion. I mean, it would be good for football, too. The problem comes when you start to take into consideration the three other teams who would be in search for not only a great quarterback prospect, but it would continue the legacy of the Manning family and the impact that they had on these teams. So, Cowboys Nation, we all know the legacy of the Manning family and their impact on their respective franchises. Archie Manning for the New Orleans Saints, Peyton Manning with the Indianapolis Colts, and Eli Manning with the New York Giants, respectively. Two of the three Mannings play for other teams in their careers, the Houston Oilers and Minnesota Vikings for Archie, and the Denver Broncos for Peyton Manning. Each primary team the Mannings used to play for, they're currently looking for a quarterback on each one of those teams, and those teams are usually on the losing side of the NFL. What if Archie Manning was drafted to either the Saints, the Giants, or the Colts to continue the family legacy? What if the Dallas Cowboys were just good enough to miss out on him? You would be definitely having headlines for everybody that's involved, I can tell you that. But the Dallas Cowboys would look like an idiot once again. So this brings us to the notion of tanking the season for a prospect coming out of college. Is it worth it, Cowboys Nation? What if you don't find yourself on the right side of that? What if you're not finding what you're looking for? You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess you got yourself one hell of a draft pick out of the deal. That's all I'm saying. But we even contemplated the idea of tanking last year. I'm so glad that the Dallas Cowboys decided to try instead of just laying down and taking for just a pick. You know what I'm saying? I know hindsight is 20/20, but I honestly don't think that I would have been on board for tanking for a player. I mean, I've played the game of football. I know how intense it is, so I wouldn't want to go out there and just not give my all to my team, especially if I'm in a contract situation. If I'm in a contract situation, how could you expect me to go out on that field and tank for a player, especially a player that could potentially take my position? Do you see the conundrum, Cowboys Nation? And another topic that I want to talk about the importance of the running back position in this upcoming draft and how it is important for the Dallas Cowboys to make sure that they get a workhorse, that they get a dog in this upcoming draft, because if you don't, we're stuck with other players that could potentially have us in the same situation that we saw ourselves in last year. There are so many, and I could put them on the screen right now. There are so many running backs in this upcoming draft, and I just love the fact that we have so much to pick from. Let me go ahead and put it up on the screen real quick. All right, Cowboys Nation, if you look up on the screen right over there, you will see that there are like 22 prospects coming out of college in the running back class alone. There is so many people to choose from Ashton Genty to Yall Tootin to Cam Scatterboo. I know people don't like Cam Scatterboo, Devin Neal, DJ Giddens. I believe DJ Giddens could be a good fit for the Dallas Cowboys, seeing who their offensive line coach is. But there are some more picks in this NFL draft, but the important thing is that the Dallas Cowboys have to capitalize. That's why we feel that the Ashton Genty move is a real important move, Cowboys Nation. I know we're also looking at Amarian Hampton and Quinshon Judkins, RJ Harvey, people of that nature, and I believe that the Dallas Cowboys can actually, like I said, capitalize on getting two. They can double dip into this draft, get two running backs so that our backfield is stout. And when Dak Prescott has a great backfield and the defensive coordinator has to key on those backs in that backfield, then the Dallas Cowboys offense has something going. You know what I'm saying? Even when we had Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard in the backfield and the defensive coordinators, the defensive side of the ball was keying on those two running backs. It made it easy for people like a Michael Gallup or a CeeDee Lamb to get wide open. Even T.Y. Hilton was getting open when we had a couple dogs in the backfield. So it is imperative that the Dallas Cowboys go into this NFL draft bettering that backfield, getting Dak Prescott some more weapons on the outside with CeeDee Lamb. And we're going to be golden in this upcoming draft, Cowboys Nation. I got a feeling it hinges on the fact of getting a running back. I bounce between running back and wide receiver. Which one is more important to the Dallas Cowboys, running back or wide receiver? And I always come back to running back because I know how Dak Prescott can operate that offense if he has a quality running back behind him. I know what Dak Prescott can do when he has a quality running back behind him. So this is why this position is the most important position that you have to land this year. You can't go to free agency and get us somebody that's washed. I mean, I hate to say that about Ezekiel Elliott, but you can't go to free agency doing that this year. You have to go to the draft. You have to go to the draft and spend a premium pick on a running back. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I know we were talking about Jonathan Brooks last year, and we were talking about Braylon Allen and people of that nature, but the Dallas Cowboys did absolutely nothing from the running back position except go to free agency and bring back Ezekiel Elliott. This year, like I said, we cannot do that, and I hope that the Dallas Cowboys treat this as a priority. We'll see in a few days, Cowboys Nation, because the draft is quickly coming upon us. Got a homie J Tuck out there. He's going to be doing his thing, man. J Tuck, salute to you. He's going to be at the NFL draft, and hopefully we'll be able to get in there and get a couple words from J Tuck to see how everything's going at the 2025 NFL draft.
Get your popcorn ready as we talk about ball.